Marievale residents have won a High Court ruling allowing them to return to an abandoned army base on Johannesburg's East Rand. The court found the South African National Defence Force evicted them illegally from their homes in December last year. For more on this, our reporter Lirandzu Themba joins us now from our Pretoria studios. Lirandzu, good afternoon. Thank you for coming through. So what were these residents of Marievale looking for, and what has the court given them?
Well, the residents essentially were looking for their rights for accommodation, their rights to have a roof over their head to be restored. And that's exactly what they got. The Judge Davis, ruled that not only was they moved, not only was them being given the marching orders by the SANDF illegal and unconstitutional, they also found that the army acted quite violently, and there were lots of reports, lots of pictures, lots of video footage that the residents placed on record, and that was factored into this hearing, where there was scores of residents who were intimidated by the army officers, the ones that were taking part in these evictions in November last year. So essentially they were asking the court to not only declare that move by the army illegal to us, but also for them to go back to their homes, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So within the next 30 days, the court has ruled that they have to be taken back to their houses, and in instances where that is not possible, the army has to find alternative accommodation, decent accommodation, that is.
So what does this mean for them going forward, these residents, that is, Lirandzu? Does it mean security of tenure on this piece of land, which is an army base?
Well, the SANDF really sticks to their guns, saying that the residents were living there illegally because it is an army base and it is a national key point. However, the residents that I've spoken to and I've been speaking to throughout this court process, saying that they've been living there for many, many years. What did come out to us was the fact that it seems that some officers did rent out their own residence to these community members, and so far to say is that it's a place that they consider their home. It's a place that they desperately want to go back to, because currently what we know is that many of these residents are residing just a few kilometers away from Marievale, where they are living in shacks and in somewhat appalling and unacceptable conditions, and they want to go back to their homes. We understand that it's also houses that have 3-4 bedrooms sometimes. We understand that Marievale was quite a fledgling community with some 600 families looking for this relief. However, it's also quite important to note to us that as much as the residents have received a bit of a break from the courts, they also want to put in a civil claim against the SANDF for constitutional damages, saying that their rights were indeed violated, and of course this is what the court has ruled, but also the fact that they've been assaulted and they've been harassed by this police, and they also want some sort of, you know, court to really rule in that matter as well. So there is going to be a civil claim that we can expect from the residents.
Sure. Just finally then, Lirandzu, what is the SANDF saying to you?
Well, we have it on good authority to us that they will not be appealing this court ruling, saying that they are going to do their ultimate to basically comply with what is expected of them. We know that there is a deadline, which is 30 days, that those residents need to be taken back to Marievale, and in cases where that is not possible, they need to find alternative accommodation. So they are yet to release a bigger statement, but as I've said, we know that they will not be appealing this, and they're going to be trying their hardest to comply with the judgment today.
All right, thank you so much. That's our reporter Lirandzu Themba with that update on that court case that has been happening around the issue of Marievale, the military base there.